gamers, all my Gacha gamers. So I wanted to take time out of your day with all this discussion that's been going around. I wanted to know how people really felt about shills, right? So we've been having this whole debate, curl versus what's it called? Hoyoverse, and Genshin versus Wuthering Waves, which in my honest opinion, I feel like Wuthering Waves and Zenless Zone Zero are probably more comparable in where they come out sooner, but that's only me. Anyways, what do I think a shill is? Well, in my opinion, what an actual shill is someone who just takes something from a company and they're just like, yes, this company is perfect, right? You know, you look at what Saints talks about with Wuthering Waves, and oh my god, Wuthering Waves is so much better than Genshin. You know, even though they both have the same type of end game, it's different because it's curl games, right? You know, Tower of Adversity is nowhere near Spiral Abyss. You know why it's not the same? Because it's curl games, which I think is a really silly thing to say. They're both the same. They're just character checks at the end game, which you could probably pay more and then get better results, which is fine. I think that's fine because I think Wuthering Waves itself has its own game mode that I think is really actually insane, which is Elysium Realm. I can't remember what it's called. I think that is a pretty good event, a pretty good end game kind of like event thing that is so distinctive from everything else, even though it's kind of like simulated universe from Honkai Star Rail. It's still unique enough into where I think it is pretty good. But you know, me personally, I compare Wuthering Waves more to Zenless Zone Zero just because I feel like that's more of a fair comparison. And in my opinion, I think Infinity Tower is probably the best kind of in-game check system. That's just my opinion. Anyway, now I need to get into, being honest with you guys and being forthcoming. Am I a shill? Am I a Hoyo shill or a curl shill? The real answer is I'm neither. I am actually probably closer to both because I do cover Wuthering Waves and I do cover the Hoyo games, and I cover them in a way that I think is pretty fair, right? I will call out when Kuro does something stupid or how their game hasn't really been at its peak since 1.1, but I'll also tell you straight what I think about Natlan. I do like Natlan. Hasn't been as good. In my opinion, I do like it because it's like a shonen anime, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. But when you have things like Penacony, where Adventurine's story is 6 hours long, and I'm not even that interested in Adventurine, then yeah, you're gonna lose me there. So I do call out both of them. In my opinion, I'm more of a Nikkei shill because Nikkei is a perfect game and better than all these games put together. I think we come to the example of big shills. You come to Saint Tonta's for Wuthering Waves, and Mr. Pokey more for HSR and less for actually Hoyoverse. To be honest, I'm more of the Hoyo shill than him because I play them all, and I play them all by myself every single day. That's me, bitch. You know who the real Hoyoverse shill was? It was me, Barry. Anyway, sorry. So I think if you're passionate about the games that have been released by these companies, I think that's fine. I don't think there's any problem with it. If you want to praise Hoyoverse up and down because of the way that Zenless Zone Zero is going about things, or the expansion of Natlan, or 3.0 coming for HSR, I think that's totally fine. And if you think Wuthering Waves is changing the gaming landscape forever, I think that's totally fine. That's cool. But I think as long as you're being honest and not actually how do I say this? If you're not actually ignoring what's in front of you, then I don't think that there's anything really wrong with shilling, right? When you're just like, yeah, Kuro Games has been cooking since 1.1. That's why every patch after that has been absolute dog. Well, I mean, it's not been that bad, but still. Nothing has really peaked since 1.1. And if you're like giving the excuse that, they've just been cooking for 2.0, well, no, that's not how that works. You have to deliver every patch. Now, does Hoyoverse deliver every patch? No, of course not. No one really does. Fontaine delivered up until 4.2, then it died off. So it's not like this game is some exception, or we just want to bully Kuro Games or something like that. I mean, some people do. Don't get me wrong, especially like some of the Hoyo shells. They actually want to, see Wuthering Waves fail. Me personally, I don't really care. Now, I do think there is a downside to shilling, especially when you have a big reach and can actually influence, people and your chat and stuff like that, then yeah, I think that's kind of gonna be a problem because people get tribalistic, and the shills are gonna attack the other people and this and that. But also, I think it just kind of makes your game look a lot worse if you're shilling in a way that seems, I don't want to say dishonest, but you're just not looking at what's in front of you, right? You're kind of ignoring the facts, and you're like, no, this is amazing and stuff like that. Then you're just kind of gonna discredit your own community. No one's gonna take you guys seriously, and then it's just gonna be like, all right, well, there's that one game with those people who are just blindly following it. And this is something that seems to be mostly big in the gacha community that I have seen so far. Now, me personally, I don't have a bias towards any of these companies because I've been playing a game called League of Legends for 8 years, and I recently quit. So I've just learned to never trust a company. They're all billion dollar companies that don't really care about us. If League of Legends really cared, they would have not let Zoe be the same thing on release for 6 months. All these different changes. League of Legends would be a good game by now if these companies actually cared. Gacha games are no different. In fact, gacha games are probably worse because you have to pay to get the new characters. So it's just like, if you want to make your company be the exception, it's going to be the example instead, right? Just because Wuthering Waves doesn't have a 50-50 on a weapon banner, it still has a banner system for weapons, right? Nikkei doesn't have that, but Wuthering Waves does, so it somehow makes it better. I don't know. That just doesn't sit right with me. At the end of the day, and the message that I want to get across to anyone who's viewing this video is just play what you like, chat. That's the most important thing out of anything. Don't let anyone sway you in a way where you're just going to play a game that you don't like for a number of years, and, now you really want to go back to playing Yasuo, even though you've quit League of Legends. Sorry, I always tie it back to League of Legends. But yeah, if you like Wuthering Waves, play Wuthering Waves. Don't let me or anyone else tell you not to play Wuthering Waves. If you like the Hoyo games, play the Hoyo games. If you like Fate Grand Order, you're probably in debt. I don't know how to tell that. I don't know how to tell you to you straight. They probably don't have any money, but you have all the waifus and you're probably happy. I don't know what to tell you. Anyways, chat, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know how you guys feel in the comment section down below. Chat, I love you guys. I don't tell you that enough, but I do. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you gamers in the next one. Bye. Me down, I get over nightmares. Oh, we can take